Let intention drive you. Stay humble. Love what you do.
Hi guys, welcome to Siso's YouTube channel. Again, now my introductions, okay?
Hi everybody at home, at work, in the car. I don't know where else you guys are at the pub. Or would you be watching YouTube at a pub? I don't know. Sanmonani, Kamalami, Ngiusisoa Shabangu. And today I'm with the fabulous, my prefect, Bash.
Okay, hi guys. Hi guys, Bahle Bash, as you popularly known as Bash. So.
I thought you were about to say as you know me. I was about to say, hey,
carry on.
My people don't know you.
If you went to Sacred Hearts, you definitely know who I am. Definitely.
Okay.
My subscribers are coming in Sacred Hearts.
I love the fact that you touched on that. Sacred Heart.
Yes.
So I went to boarding school with Bahle Ndlovu, and she was ahead of me. Matric 2014. She was my prefect, and I just want to know from her. Maybe like we're gonna spend the first 15 minutes talking about Sacred Heart, just a bit. Just a bit. What do you miss the most about Sacred Heart?
What do I miss most about Sacred Hearts? I don't miss anything about Sacred Hearts. Honestly speaking, not so much the environment. Shame, I don't miss the environment because it was shitty as fuck. It's mostly the people, the spirits of sisterhood, being around abantu who shared almost the same values as I did. If anything, anything I take away from Sacred Hearts, it's a sisterhood. Nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, that's about it.
And I want to, one of the craziest memories I have of Bahle, a Sacred Heart, on my very first day at school. This is 2013, Jan, I can't remember the dates. She comes to me, she's wearing a short, and I think it was the SpongeBob t-shirt. So she was wearing a powder blue short, powder blue SpongeBob t-shirt. She comes to me. Oh no, she goes into my dormitory. If you know CR, please.
Honey.
like this video if you know CR. So she passes the CR and she comes to our dormitory, the 10th grade dormitory. She's like, Oh
my gosh.
And then I'm like, okay. She eventually reaches Itomia, and I'm like, Minusiso, and says, hi, I'm Bahle Ndlovu from Pietermaritzburg. What was that about?
Guys,
please tell me. How did you know my name? What was up? Why did you come to me? Please break it down for me.
This hand, Usiso was like the celebrity like she was famous even before she got pushing to campus. She was like very famous. We knew her through Usasanda, the artist. I wasn't say artist, but yeah. Yeah, like she was the greatest singer eskoleni, so they knew Usiso through. Was it? I don't know. How did you guys know each other?
Through a competition. We met at a competition, and they came to. They came to me. I think it was Sanda no Letu came to me, and
Letu came.
Yeah, and we hollered at each other.
Yeah.
And
no Letu.
Yeah, and they told me about like their school. I think I asked them with what's up. So they told me about their school. It's a boarding school.
So what's that when they told you about the school?
So they told me it's a boarding school. And right there and then I called my mom. I was like, Ma, I know where I'm going next year. I'm going to Sacred Heart.
Guys, this girl.
That was it.
Did she even know what Sacred Heart was about?
I didn't.
That's the collab.
I didn't know, but I just loved the people they were, man. They were such.
The two people that you met at the competition.
Yeah, like I think I've got this thing. I don't know. I've got this thing.
Wow.
I feel like I can tell just from the word go if you've got good vibes or not.
Yeah.
And I genuinely thought that everybody at Sacred Hearts is like that. Little did I know, ukuthi actually.
She's referring back to her YouTube video.
Wow.
Where she explained ukuthi hayi cha shame babengamzwini.
Yeah, she.
Untanga bakhe. But yeah, sasimthanda thina. Still do. So
Really?
yeah. Yeah.
I remember this one time I came across Asanda, a quad. And then Asanda was like, where are you from? And I was like, I'm from Kwamshu.
Like this
I'm
girl,
from Kwamshu.
she's the one who introduced me to the word ukuthi nje kwamashu ikwemsh. Like
It's like Kwamshu.
dude, where is that?
man.
Uhlala like is out of the country somewhere.
And Asanda was so
So, yeah.
puzzled. He was like, what?
It makes sense.
Oh man. Okay. Enough with the great times. Well, not so great times for some people. Today, this video is about a misdiagnosis, endometriosis. Say it with me, endometriosis. It can be a very tricky word, endometriosis. And I have Bash here to talk to us about and to educate us. I also didn't want to Google. I've got this thing of not wanting to Google things really. So I'd rather have conversations and ask about, whatever the thing is. So yeah,
man.
Firstly, tell us your menstrual journey, and when did you start menstruating? When did you realize that okay, something is abnormal here? Yeah.
Okay. So I got my first period. I was in grade 7. But along the way, I literally had one period. That was in 2009. I was in grade 7. Okay.
That
fine.
year.
Yeah, that year. Just one period. So just like, okay, cool, alright, it's whatever. I mean, yeah, and then got grade 8, see, I had like my first heavy period. Like it was heavy. And the period cramps that came with it were just, dude, they were hectic. I couldn't go to school. So the ladies are in charge of us, like the matrons. So what's the gym? Clinic, and then I got to the clinic. The clinic was like pain blocks. Fine. They gave me pain blocks and they gave me that extra long pad they give you, like a clinic. Right. And then when I got back, and then Umetronike phoned my parents later that day. The following, it was a Friday, I remember well. And then on Saturday, my father comes, he comes with my first set of Nurofen. Yeah, pink one. I actually thought they were very cute. I wasn't seasoned, by the way.
But, my goodness.
That's how heavy it is. That's how hectic my period cramps can get. So Wangletela, as well as that extra long, always pads. So yeah, that was it. So for me, at that point, I was just like, okay, everybody gets periods. They just feel normal, or they're supposed to feel normal. So I was just like, okay, fine, it's just a period. So what? Also, shout outs to Anele Gunene, who taught me how to wear a pad.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Shout out to you.
So here's the thing. You understand, I'm in a boarding school. So I'm seeing a Lomutu who got the talk. You understand? I never had like my mother or a female figure to sit me down and tell me, okay, now that you've gotten your first period, you're not supposed to do this. This is how you put on a pad. So I never had, again, it's a period education. Understand? Because my periods, I guess you're supposed to have that talk with like umawako or umdala. Just okay, you can't be sitting around with boys. So I never had the privilege of that. I'm in a boarding
At
school.
least there were no boys first.
So what do you mean there were no boys?
So that's one tick.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean I carried on, but see, it affected me to a point where I couldn't even go to a school because I was too sick to be there. No mangile school foods, I'd have to like be at the sick bay like for most of the day, and it got worse with each year. Sometimes I'd throw up. sometimes I couldn't even get out of bed, you know, sometimes I couldn't eat, getting an appetite and all that. Okay, so eventually in 2017, I decided, you know what, you know, these pains are just too much for me. And then at that time I was still on my mother's medical aid. So I decided, okay, no, let me just go see a gynecologist.
Okay, wait. Before you reach like that decision, what is going through in your mind? Usase skoleni, and you're like, you can see that okay, my period is just weird, and you see how everyone reacts to their own periods, and like that entire thing. What goes on in your head? You're like,
I thought, okay, good normal. I'm a periods about our fan.
Yeah.
So probably this is in I'm a periods I'm very. So I was just like, it's whatever. I got period cramps, I understand it's okay, you had to have period cramps, periods. You know? So it didn't feel any weird. It's okay, only want to get their period, but they don't get period pains. So I was just like, okay, no, right. So it wasn't a big deal for me. I was in high school. After high school, like I said, 2017, I had to a gynecologist. He did a scan. You know those scans? What do you call those scans?
I haven't been to a gyna, so I don't know
What's
those
you know those scans they do when you're pregnant?
I don't. Oh, that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that thing. Yeah, guys, I'm yes, I would say it, but you guys know that
Something
thing they
gram.
do. Sono. So I think it's a sonogram or a sono something. Yeah, we are not there. Anyways, he did that scan and he said, I think it might be endometriosis. He said, I think it might be endometriosis. Okay, in my mind, I'm like, okay, useshilo. Udokotela lo muntu. So, my seshilo ukuthi endometriosis. I'm like, in my mind, okay. Useshilo ukuthi endometriosis. So I'm like, okay, no, endometriosis veil. But I didn't take note of the fact that he said it might be. So yeah. I went home that day. I was confused.
Uhamba wedwa to the doctor.
Yeah.
So this is the first doctor that you've been to.
Yeah,
Gyna.
it was the first doctor.
Okay.
I come back. He wrote me a prescription. The prescription lay 6 months, right? The prescription yokuqala ngayikhokhela nge-medical aid, but there was a 600 rand extra. They call it a levy on the medical aid. Fine, I paid that because come on, you feel at the end of the day. So after that, I prescription. I get the meds. Fine. The meds have side effects. So now this is me going back to this doctor and telling him, dude, okay, so my period is 5 days, ne? So saying Tata these meds, my period went up to like 8-9 days.
Yo.
So you understand?
That'll be trauma,
Dude,
especially like you think you're done, boom, nothing.
I
Yo.
hate periods, wholeheartedly.
Which female doesn't?
Dude.
I doubt.
Anyways, so
except that it's like it's sort of like a sign that you're not pregnant for some people. So that's the only nice part.
I don't care, guys. I don't care.
See on.
I don't mind missing my periods, guys. I don't mind my periods being late because I know. Fine. Okay. I'm gonna research guy at first.
Okay, tell us what you found in the research. Tell us what it is. Tell us what are the symptoms from your research, if you can still remember, and what are the effects.
Can I just say, Wuti, I blame myself for how things turned out, because I feel like I didn't do enough research. I feel like I just googled endometriosis. I'm like, okay, endometriosis. Oh, endometriosis. Sorry, I was supposed to say what it is. Okay, so endometriosis is basically having like extra tissue, either on your endometrial wall or in your coochie, your vagina. I'm sad to go show your vagina.
Your vajayjay.
Yes. So basically, during your period, you shed blood, right? So when I get my period, it's like, yo guys, it's out of this world. It's extra. It's it's beyond imibulin, it's beyond olive, it's beyond
Nurofen.
nje ayenze lutho. Ayenze lutho shame. I never buy it 40. I've stopped.
Damn.
So yeah, that's how heavy it is. Where was I?
And that's how painful it is, I bet.
Dude.
So what are the effects of the endometriosis?
Guys,
endometriosis.
Mangbuga the effects. I saw 4 out of 10 women about the endometriosis, they can't fall pregnant. So I was like, how am I? Just like to meet Amina, you know, dude. So I still have that. So it's okay. At some point in my life, okay, not now per se, but at some point in my life, it's something that I want for myself. I want to have kids, you know. So I'm just like, okay, infertility and whatnot. So yeah, man. Where was I, Cecil?
No, like take us through your emotions when you.
My
so
emotions.
you're like, oh my goodness. I mean, you went through Google. This is 2017. You came back from a gyna. You went to Google, and you're like,
yeah.
What is going in your mind? What do you do next? Do you text someone? Do you update the status on WhatsApp? Do you cry?
Kwamina ngiyazi lento ekukhulunywa ngayo. You understand? So I get home and I tell them, okay, udokotela uthi nayi prescription. So ayini le. Kwanama ngikwazi ukuchaza manje because I'm not even familiar with this thing. I've never heard of the word before. So my emotions are like all over the place. So prescription, I took the prescription. Side effects. I was on side effects, I remember.
Yes.
So my side effects, like my period went over. And then I had to go back to the doctor and tell him, dude, I'm cutting a prescription with dude. I said, no, okay, this is gonna help you. And it did help, Shane, it did help. Guys, if you wanna stop bleeding, get a prescription for Trinic. This
is the craziest thing ever. You're like plugging us while informing us.
guys. But it's trying to get prescription like to stop your bleeding. Cause guys, I was sick. It's not a good I wanted to go somewhere or whatever. Oh my gosh, I hope my family is watching this. Anyways, yeah. But yeah.
So and then you get another prescription, and then what happens?
Oh, dude, I got the prescription, and then it was less than a month that I was on medication. So I'm just like, as I've seen, if kuguthi lento uzodinga ukuthi ngidle namaphilisi njalo azophinda ngigulize ngiphinde ngibe nama side effects ngiphinde futhi ngiyofuna into yo cancerous side effects. I'm like, okay, fuck this, I'm done. And I was done. And I still have the pills at home. I never finished the course. I'm telling you. Like, I never finished the course. I'm like, okay, go on, it's whatever. Because, see, like, this thing is supposed to put my pills, as on kulisa, depending if it's all I'm like, I'm done.
It's like now you're running around in circles. And so tell us, like, the psychological impact of this entire process. You just saw Oguti, you potentially might not have kids.
Yeah.
And your period has been extended to 9 days, which is also just traumatic if you ask me.
It was
that alone would traumatize me.
Yeah.
And the prescription thereafter, all the running around, like what is going on in your mind?
It was honestly emotionally taxing, especially because the people around me were not like aware about lento lena. I didn't even know what to do. But yeah, man, it's life. I think, yeah, it was emotionally taxing more than anything, shame. I mean, I hate periods. Guys. I hate my periods. Like, I thoroughly hate periods. I hate them. I know everybody else hates periods.
But yours is more personal vendetta.
I shame personal vendetta. So yeah, man, yeah.
Damn, like, I'm just trying to imagine. So, if a kaya, they can't support you, who do you talk to? Who do you reach out to? What's happening? Like,
bruh, it's frustrating.
What are the conversations?
Oh, I forgot about this one. I once went to a GP. He's like, you need to fall pregnant for this thing to pay completely. I'm like, what? What's it? No, the only options you have, it's either you get pregnant or...
You're still going alone to the doctor?
Yeah, I was alone that day. I was. Utsi, I must either get pregnant or have my womb removed. I'm like, dude, those are not even options. I'm like, okay, no, it's whatever. Give me the pain meds and have get kaya. It's whatever. It's whatever. It's literally whatever. But yeah, man.
Yeah, but like you're a teen at that time, right?
Yeah. Not so much a teen. 2017, 18.
How old are you?
I was still a child, so I don't know.
You were 20.
Guys, I don't know. I don't know maths. I don't know maths.
You don't know
guys.
English. You don't know math.
I don't know. I'm Luto.
So, like, what are the conversations with friends during that time?
With friends, okay. I can't really say. I would say at that time I wasn't quite aware. Yes, like I like umuntu who shows empathy towards me. Nje ngicela ukukutshela nje ku WhatsApp wami mangigula mina on my period like umuntu ongazi ukuthi no ubheshike sekuleso sikhathi, because it was always like I was always sharing my experiences with people, yabo. And I used to talk about endometriosis a lot because I believed it was okay, that doctor said endometriosis, so it was endometriosis. And people were really genuinely supportive. People were really supportive about it. Our she is at that time of the month. Yeah. People were very supportive.
Can I ask you something? Probably also a question that I ask myself a lot. Why is it that people just can't label periods as periods? It's like you're menstruating. Goes on into what is it that time of the month?
Is it that time of the month?
What is it? Even a tuck shop, if you're gonna buy pads there, they're gonna like put on newspaper. Like, what is it with the shame? Like what? Like I don't know. Like
I think it's stigma, period stigma, which is something I also want to touch on towards the end of our interview. But I feel that Abantu still need to be educated a lot about the very same way people are educated about sex is the very same way people should be educated about periods, male or female. So, but I believe abantu bafundiseke about menstrual health, and that it shouldn't be something that's deemed as a shame. Also, your toilet manje uyasaba ukuthi the pad thingy izoba ngumsilo. Like all these exactly. So yes, you get it. So Nami, I'm guilty. I'm also very guilty. I'm super guilty.
I didn't expect you to touch on
Like,
Really?
I'm telling you, I'm super guilty.
Oh my goodness.
Like, in the background so that the person organics, even in a public space, bruh, I don't want the next person to hear Wusi the business. I don't know why, shame. And guys, it's not like somebody teaches you those kind of things, you know. It just happens. But it happens. Even at home I do it. But yeah, it's whatever, guys. It's whatever. Seriously.
Yeah, like the fact that, like, oh man, you know, realization is the fact that we don't have enough of these conversations.
We don't.
Like,
True.
I'm actually thinking about it right now. Even the LO, I'm really sorry, LO, I'm going from the soul knob. You know, Knob would really just she wouldn't want to talk about all of these really other things. Exactly. She's a phenomenal teacher. I need to start there. She's a phenomenal teacher. Like, oh my goodness. I love her and I respect her so much. But there were certain topics that she would never go to.
Yeah, like dive deep into.
Exactly. And the fact that we were in an all-girls school.
Yeah.
But we hardly got any education about that.
True.
Because even when I made sure we would talk about it, like she's fighting us.
You know?
Man.
I know.